What's going on, everyone? This is Sonic Mix, and today I'm going to give my review of WWE SummerSlam 2014. SummerSlam just ended just a brief moment ago. And overall, it was a pretty entertaining show. I wouldn't say, well, it might have been a little bit better than last year's, maybe, but I think last year probably had more of the bigger matches, maybe. But without further ado, let us begin. So I didn't see the kickoff actually, so I'm just gonna give the review on what I saw on TV. So the night kicked open with Dolph Ziggler versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. Overall, the match was okay. Granted, this was only maybe, I think it was like 9 minutes. Maybe an extra 3-4 minutes. These guys could have had a much better match. It did pick up more towards the end, and there was a couple cool spots, and there are signature moves when you thought it was over, but it wasn't over. And in the end, Dolph Ziggler wins and becomes the Intercontinental Champion. Completely shocked that Dolph Ziggler won the title, especially when they were building up the Miz Hollywood gimmick, and now all of a sudden he loses the title. So I'm kind of wondering, where does this go now? So I think it was obvious. I think it was too soon to drop the belt, but maybe they felt that Ziggler could be pushed again. I don't know. But I give the match, I'll give it a 2.5. Like I said, it was okay. It wasn't bad or anything. It was okay. Up next was AJ Lee versus Paige for the Divas Championship. Nothing too special about this match, although there were a couple interesting spots, and I definitely like the finish with the modified DDT, which is called the Rampage. I believe that's what it was called. It looked pretty brutal and vicious from what I saw, so it definitely looked like a believable signature move that would totally knock someone's lights out. And once again, we get another shock that Paige wins this match and becomes the second Divas champion. And apparently today was her birthday, so happy birthday to Paige on turning 22. But other than that, nothing too special about this match. Like I said, there was a few good spots, and then the ending of the new, I don't know if it's a new signature move or what, but the Rampage signature from Paige looked pretty vicious, I would say. Unfortunately, it was short. I'll be generous. I'll give it a 1.75. I know people probably would give it lower, but I'll be generous and give it a 1.75. At least they try to turn something interesting. Up next was Rusev versus Jack Swagger in the flag match. I thought this match was a little bit better than their Battleground, although it did have a slow point, and I did like Swagger's entrance with the military guys, and the crowd was very, very behind on Swagger on this one, and I think this is probably the best reaction that Swagger has ever gotten in his career, and this probably will be the last time he'll ever get such a big pop like this. Match was okay. Don't really recall anything great or good about it. It was mediocre. Like I said, it was better than their Battleground match, and surprisingly, once again, another surprise. Rusev wins with the Alkalade and basically puts Swagger to faint. He didn't tap out, so he fainted. And shockingly enough, they played the national anthem, and then they reveal the flag, which they always reveal for Rusev after he wins his match. But they actually played the national anthem of Russia, which I did not expect that coming. So where does this rivalry go? Is there going to be somebody new to try and knock off Rusev? What's going to happen? We'll find out in the times to come. I give it a 2.5. It was okay. I would say the ending was very interesting. Up next was, I believe it was Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins. Yes, I think that's what was the next match. I'm trying to remember. But anyway, Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose in the Lumberjack match. Going into this match, I thought this match was going to be good, but not great. But these guys were able to make a Lumberjack match great. And the thing is that they actually brawled through the crowd, and I like the point. Whoa, my focus just went out. Hold on a second. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. But no, I liked how they brawled through the crowd. The Lumberjacks did nothing, and Kane had to come out and basically address them to go out there. There was some very good sweet spots. Dean Ambrose jumping over the top where the announcers were onto the Lumberjacks. And then when the Lumberjacks were carrying Seth Rollins up high, Dean Ambrose gets on the turnbuckle and just jumps onto Seth Rollins and the Lumberjacks that were carrying him. And this match was very good, very fast-paced, very action-y. And I loved how Dean Ambrose pulled off the curve stomp and used Seth Rollins' own move against him. I thought that was a really nice spot. But in the end, Seth Rollins uses the briefcase after there was a brawl with Kane hitting Dean Ambrose. Goldust comes in, tries to talk Kane, and then they have the brawl. And then Seth Rollins hits Dean Ambrose with the briefcase, gets the 1, 2, 3, which I had to expect Seth Rollins was going to win because I don't think they don't want to have him lose constantly when he has the briefcase. They want to make him look strong as possible, and then he'll cash in for the briefcase. But this was a good match. I was enjoyed by this match, and I'm hoping their next match is like a no-holds-bar or a falls count anyway, because I think that match will definitely steal the show when these guys go at it again. Honestly, 3.75. I wish it was a little bit longer though, because I think this match was kind of shorter, but I wish it was a little bit longer. Up next was, if I can remember off the top of my head, I believe it was, oh god, I'm trying to think here. Yeah, give me a second here. I'm just trying. Oh yeah, Chris Jericho versus Bray Wyatt. I almost forgot about this match actually. Chris Jericho versus Bray Wyatt. I think this match was a little bit better than Battleground, but the crowd was actually pretty into this match, which I was pretty surprised that they were, as a matter of fact. Not so much, kind of like your genetic type of match. It was very slow paced for most of it, but then it did pick up a little bit towards the end. Bray Wyatt winning was no surprise, and they're probably going to have a rubber match, I would think, at Night of Champions, but who knows? Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Maybe this was the send-off for Chris Jericho, but we'll see what happens. But it was alright. It was kind of the same like their match in Battleground, maybe a bit better. But it was nice seeing Bray Wyatt get the win over Chris Jericho. And the spot where he did the Sister Abigail onto the barricade was pretty good as well. I give the match about a 2.25. I have to give it that. Up next was Brie Bella versus Stephanie McMahon. Stephanie McMahon's first time in competition after 12 years or 13 years. In all honesty, I think Stephanie McMahon probably brought Brie Bella to her best match ever. And this is saying a lot. And Stephanie McMahon looked like she did not rust at all. She actually pulled off a very good performance in this match. And it was actually very entertaining in a way. Entertaining more towards Stephanie McMahon because she still had it in her. And then, of course, the ending. When Triple H came out, then Nikki Bella came out. And Nikki betrays Brie. Stephanie gives Brie the pedigree and wins 1, 2, 3. Overall, the star in this match was Stephanie McMahon. And Brie Bella was just Brie Bella. She didn't really do much in this match. But I was entertained by this. I was very entertained by Stephanie McMahon's performance and the ending. And I was very happy that Stephanie McMahon won this match. I give this a 2.5 out of 5 because it was that good. Up next, which would be the co-main events, Roman Reigns versus Randy Orton. This was a solid match. It was slow for the majority of the match, but it did pick up, which made up for most of the slowness within the match. And going in, I knew Roman Reigns was going to win because it wouldn't make sense if Orton was going to win. But it was a good, solid match, kind of back and forth. I felt like they were well even. Like, I didn't feel like Orton overpowered Roman Reigns or vice versa. It was very well even. And there was a kind of a weird but interesting spot where Roman Reigns just, when he went off the rope, he just jumped and went into an RKO. I don't know what was supposed to be that. I don't know if that was supposed to be like a Superman punch in a way, but I don't know. It was kind of weird, but it was kind of cool at the same time. And Randy Orton tries to go for the punt towards the end. Roman Reigns sweeps off his legs, and Roman Reigns hits him with a devastating spear, which looked pretty brutal in a way, and picks up the win 1, 2, 3. And the match, it wasn't great, but it was good. It was a very enjoyable, solid match. And I give this match a 3.25 out of 5, maybe a 3.5 out of 5 to be generous. And then finally, the main event, John Cena versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Now, although it was a good beatdown for Cena, I was disappointed in this main event. Because going in, I thought it was going to be an all-out brawl. Like, it would be even Steven, 50-50. Cena is dominating Lesnar. Then Lesnar is dominating Cena. I thought it was going to be like an Extreme Rules, over-the-top, awesome match. But although it was good to a degree, I was disappointed because there was no blood. And the majority of the match was just basically Brock Lesnar giving 16 German suplexes, which I think is probably the most ever by a competitor. And that basically just wear down John Cena like that. And it took 2 F5s, not 3 F5s, to put down John Cena. And I liked how Brock Lesnar did the sit-up like The Undertaker, because, of course, he ended the streak. And Brock Lesnar wins the WWE World Heavyweight Champion and becomes the 4-time WWE Champion, which now, it leaves me to wonder now, is Brock Lesnar going to appear more oftenly, or is he going to leave, then come back, and then leave again, and then come back? I'm really hoping it's not like that. I'm hoping there was some sort of an agreement where he was going to show up to Raw more often than not. I'm hoping something like that, but then again, he's probably going to leave. But I'm hoping he'll appear on Raw, which I'm going to think he will appear on Raw. So although it was a good beatdown in a way, and hell, actually in this match, John Cena did not do the whole "you can't see me" 5-knuckle shuffle. So that was actually the first time he's never done that. And I'm actually hoping that he is off TV for at least more than 3 months. At least I'm hoping he'll be off more than 3 months. Because now they gotta have to play the part that he got beat down so much that he has to be gone for like 3 3 months or something like that. So give the man this long break and don't bring him back to the Rumble, because that would be the make sense point right there. Overall, I do give this match a 3.25. Like I said, I may be sounding too generous, but it was good, but disappointing at the same time. Overall, I give SummerSlam... I give it a 7.75. It was enjoyable. I would say this show had a lot of shocks, and what some matches was probably not going to be good or interesting turned out to be good and interesting. But without further ado, this was my review of WWE SummerSlam 2014. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave your comments in the video down below and give me your thoughts on how you thought SummerSlam 2014 was. Until then, this is Sonic saying you have a good night, and I will see you guys later.